Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jill and I make videos all about fashion and beauty. So today I want to talk about the best vintage or thrifted finds that I've ever found. These are like the best of the best. You know, when you go shopping and you find something and it fits perfectly, it's like the unicorn of shopping. It's even more meaningful with thrifted stuff. I found this suit that used to be a men's suit, but then was tailored to fit a woman. Then she sold it to a consignment store. Anyway, I ended up buying it. It fits me perfectly somehow. It's just like this rush that you get. I love it. So I got a barrel curling iron from T3, and believe it or not, I've never used a wand. I only use a barrel. So like I just wrap my hair and then leave it, but I'm trying to do the like clip around the barrel thing. Anyway, so I'm still learning how to do that. So we're working on it. That's okay. I'm going to take you through my very best vintage finds from going back probably like almost 10 years. I do have quite a few vintage coats, but I figured I would do a video on that in the fall because I'll be wearing them a lot more. Let's start with my very first luxury vintage purchase. It is the Celine box bag. I got it on Vestiaire Collective. As much as I love it, honestly, this leather scratches so easily. Look at those scratches. And every time I wear it, I'm like, oh, I could just see another scratch. I would 100% never buy this leather again. I would want to get the like pebbled leather because that won't show marks as well. But this is such a classic bag. And then it has a strap as well. Here you can see the Celine with an XL Tiggy. Old Celine. So this was my like first big purchase for myself. I mean, I still love it. I should probably clean this, make it a bit brighter. It's such a classic, beautiful bag. That's just my tip for the leather. Just be aware of buying specific leather that can really scratch really easily. May as well continue on with bags. This is a secondhand Chanel, and this is the double flap bag because it's got this and then this flap. Here we go. Where did I get this? I got this on What Goes Around Comes Around. It's in really good condition. It has the little double line marks here, which apparently means that this is actually solid gold because on the newer ones, it's gold plated. And I'm like, oh, is that solid gold? I don't know. But I love this. I wear it all the time. It's such a classic and I don't really worry about the leather. Obviously you want to be careful, but it's got all of the quilting patterns, so it doesn't show as much. So I feel like I can beat it up a little bit more, even though, you know, you do want to take good care of it. But there are a lot of places now that can help you repair your luxury goods. You know, they can repaint them, etc., etc. Speaking of that, I recently got this pair of Rotate Manu Atelier. Rotate Manu Atelier. It's like Rotate Bergen Christensen. Rotate. Anyways, please let me know if you know in the comments. These like limited edition collab that they did. I love the texture of the leather and that they're like high enough to be a heel, but they're actually fairly comfortable. Love the sling back. Absolutely love how kind of square this is. It looks really cool on your foot. However, I recently fell while wearing these and holding my son. I was dressed up for Mother's Day. You know, I wanted to look nice and scratched the shit out of my knee. Like I haven't had a cut like that since I was maybe like 12 years old. It's like a war wound. And I also scratched the shit out of the shoes. So I have to find a place to see if I can get them repaired and kind of like, I guess like sanded down and repainted. I don't know. What I'm also gonna do is get this part resoled, which is a good idea to do for your luxury shoes because then when you wear them down, you're wearing down like an added part to your sole and then you can just replace that. Okay, moving on. I guess we'll finish up with bags. This is a vintage Fendi Baguette. I got this from LXR Co, I believe. I love it. I think it's such a great color, such a great size. The only thing is that it doesn't have a zipper. It just kind of like opens like that. Sometimes that can be annoying, but I absolutely love it. This was my latest purchase. I have have been wanting these boots for probably 4 or 5 years. I've had these on my list. They are so beautiful. They're from Phoebe Philo era Celine, so they're old Celine. They're called the Madame boot, and they're like two-tone texture. So this is cloth, and then they have leather heel up the back and a leather toe. So I got these gently used on Vestiaire Collective. So again, I'm gonna get these resold. There's a little scuff on the front, but they were way cheaper than the ones that were in better shape. Like I think the ones that had only been worn once were like almost $1,000 more, which kind of didn't really seem worth it to me. Yeah, so I'm gonna take these in, see if I can get them cleaned up a little bit and then just re-sole the bottom. But like, oh my God, these are like my dream boot. I'm obsessed with them. There's also this two-tone version where the black leather on there is cream, and Christine Centenaro wears them all the time, and that's on my list for very far in the future, but definitely on my list. Okay, so let's move into clothes. This is not like an expensive purchase, but there's something about finding the perfect jean that it's like, I can't even explain it. Anyways, these are a pair of Levi's vintage jeans. They're super soft, super, super worn. You can see that this is coming off. I think I'm actually gonna get this replaced, even though it won't be the exact label here. I just think it'll look better. Kind of falling apart. I don't know what size they are. I don't even think it says it anymore. They're like straight leg. They're not very fitted, but I wear them with a belt, and they're just the best jeans ever. Like I think I get the most questions about these jeans whenever I wear them. I'm pretty sure they were like $50, but that's the thing about vintage Levi's. You have to go through and try on the jeans in the store. Like you can't tell what they look like when they're on the hanger. You have to take in like 50 pairs of jeans and like spend time doing that. These are from Community, which is a vintage and consignment store in Vancouver. Absolutely love them. I got this LL Bean jacket on Poshmark. So this is a men's LL Bean super worn leather bomber jacket. I think I was inspired by Hailey Bieber, somebody like that. And I actually haven't worn it very much. I got it, I think in April. For some reason, I haven't worn it that much, but I really, really like it. It's quite oversized on me, but I really like that look. And I love the vintage kind of distressing, like the actual vintage distressing on it. So these are some suits or blazers that I got vintage or secondhand. So to my knowledge, vintage is 20 plus years. I can't remember now, but it's kind of hard to, I mean, you can sometimes tell, but it's a little bit hard to tell how old something is exactly. But I got this Armani suit at the Find Studio in Vancouver. They are a luxury consignment store. They are great. And I did get it tailored. So I tailored the shoulders, the length on the bottom, because I wanted it to be oversized, but not look like I was drowning in it. Like I feel like there's a difference between that. And then the pants were just a little bit too big in the waist. So I got that tailored too. So, you know, it's not cheap to have something like this tailored, and it's 100% wool silk. It is like such a beautiful, beautifully made, fully lined Armani suit. Something I could never afford otherwise. So I love it so much. This one was a men's blazer that I got on Poshmark, and this is actually Valentino. So I got this for $100. This is a wool cashmere Valentino men's blazer. So it's quite warm. I love the houndstooth fabric. I did get this tailored. I got it taken in a little bit in the shoulders and on the bottom as well. Make sure that you go to a tailor that you trust, especially with something like this, because you know, it's not like you can get another one. But I'm just like, I think this is such a gorgeous blazer. It's so soft because of the cashmere in it. I'm obsessed with it. So the last piece, this is for sure vintage because it's quite old. This is a Bugatti. Is that like the car? It is this vintage trench coat. It's definitely oversized, not lined. It might be kind of like water resistant. It's got like a bit of a coating. I got this at Gather, which is one of my favorite consignment stores in Vancouver. Lauren just has such a good eye for like proportion and finding things that feel really modern but are thrifted. So I think I got this for like $80. This part just needs to be reattached, but like it's in very good condition. And I just think it looks so cool. The color is also really good. It's kind of like gray, green, taupe kind of thing. I haven't gotten it dry cleaned. Maybe I should. Okay, this is the last accessory piece. So these are definitely thrifted because they're quite new. These are Le Spec and these are from Gather as well. Got them secondhand and I think they're so good. I'm pretty sure these were like 75 bucks. So definitely a lot less, at least half of what I would have paid. They like even came in the box. I mean, obviously somebody just didn't want them, but I love the shape. They kind of remind me of the Prada ones, but they're not $700. That's my vintage haul, my secondhand haul. I have been shopping secondhand a lot more, especially after having my son and going through COVID. I feel like I really was having trouble with being part of the fashion industry and kind of not being aware of sustainability. I did shop a lot of fast fashion. I did shop Zara and H&M, and I'm not perfect by any means. I still will shop there occasionally, but the older I get, the more I want to invest in pieces that I can wear for a long time. I want to invest in secondhand clothing so that we're not making more and more and more and just going through it really fast and basically just dumping it in like a huge garbage pile. I am aware that I work in fashion, and so that can be a little bit contradictory, but I would like to, instead of promoting buying the exact piece that I have on, like, oh, here's a link to the Zara website, whatever, I would like to be more of inspiration. So to use pieces that are already in your closet or get pieces on a secondhand site. That's just something that's a lot more important to me the older I get, and then also having my son as well. That's kind of a little bit about my fashion philosophy and kind of where I'm hoping to go with it. I hope you enjoyed the video. Like and subscribe if you did. There will definitely be more of these. I have some vintage fall coats that I'm going to be going over in the next few months, and have a great day.